If you're DJing in 2023, there are two ways that you could get taken advantage of really quickly. One of them is a scam, and then one of them is from people who don't really know any better. They're trying for the best, but if you're not a seasoned DJ and you haven't seen this video, you're gonna take it on the chin. Here you go, this one's for you. All right, so stick around to the end because the second one I'm gonna tell you is the scam, and I've had this happen to me 5 different times in over 3 years, and it's happening more and more lately. So make sure you stick around for that one. It is terrible. Despicable people trying to take money out of your pocket. Don't miss that. But the first one I want to talk to you about is what happens when you have a bride or a groom or a couple doing something that is really becoming more trendy this year, which is saving money anywhere they can. Inflation's hitting us all. You're probably out there raising your prices. They're out there trying to figure out how they can lower their costs, their expense, right? So, especially if they want to hire all the vendors they want, like things are going to start to add up. Now, what ends up happening is they got to cut back somewhere, and what you'll notice a lot of couples doing is they'll say, you know what? My DJ seems like he's on top of it. I'm not going to get a coordinator. I sell myself as kind of like a second backup day of coordinator to sort of help you get your feet under you and make sure that you feel like you're supported throughout the day. But that doesn't mean that, we don't need a coordinator at all. Do we actually have to have one? No, I'm going to kill it without one too. But it is so much easier when we have a coordinator who knows what they're doing. So what ends up happening is couples try to cut costs and they say, I'm not going to hire a coordinator, but I'm going to have my friend or Aunt Jane help out and do the coordinating. And they tell me they're going to be there as a support for you. They're really just going to be the sort of glue person to put everything together. They've done events in the past, but they're really not a wedding coordinator. That's really common. It's happening a lot more lately. So if you have this happen where the couple is going to save some money by not hiring a coordinator, but they're going to designate a specific person that they know to do that job, you've got to do the following. You have to do the following. I'm begging you, or you're really going to be frustrated. Let them know that you are there to run the show and that person is there to support you. You have to somehow get the point across that you are the professional. You have to be careful about the way you do this, because if you do things in statements like what I've been saying right now, you have to do this, you have to do this, eventually people are going to be like, yeah, cool. So if you tell them like, you have to make sure that I'm in charge, you have to make sure this person doesn't tell me the wrong thing to do, that's not the way to do it. What you want to end up saying is just getting the point across to your couple. Oh, Aunt Jane's going to help out. That is awesome. Does she have like experience in weddings and coordinating and all that? No, that's okay. Hey, I would just request that I have the lead then, if that's the case. If they're not a wedding professional, I'm so excited that we have somebody to help us out. And I'm really grateful. I'm going to lean on them and I'm going to really be thankful that they're there. But please let them know that I've got the lead. And just that conversation alone will alleviate what ends up happening if you don't do that. So what happens if you don't do that? That person isn't used to doing weddings. You are. You're the one that knows what needs to happen. That person is so nervous because all they want to do is do right by their friend, by their nephew or niece or whoever it is. They're trying so hard to get everything perfect. But they don't do this for a living, and they don't realize that nothing is ever perfect. You can sit there wasting so much time trying to get everything perfect, but things are going to come up at every single wedding, and these people don't understand that. So they're running around like a chicken with their head cut off, and they're going to try to put that stress onto you while you're trying to perform. Can't have it. I am the face of the night. I mean, the couple is obviously the star, but everybody is looking at me like a flight attendant for like directions and understanding what to do. So if somebody does the following, you've got to shut them down. Aunt Jane walks up so nervous. Hey, we're going to do the toast. Do the toast now. The bride said that she wants to do the toasts. Okay, cool. But if you just listen to them, go, oh, okay, cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the toast. Well, hold on a second. Did you even take a minute to look? And I promise you, if there's a photographer or a videographer watching right now, they're going to say, thank you. Did you even look to see if the photographer's ready? Because I promise you Aunt Jane didn't. Did you make sure that the videographer isn't in the bathroom? Because I promise you Aunt Jane didn't. Aunt Jane just went up to the bride who said, come here real quick. And then Aunt Jane runs over and she goes, hey, I'm starting to feel bored. Let's do the toast. Can we move on to toast? And Aunt Jane's like, yeah, sure. DJ, toast. She wants to do toast now. And an inexperienced DJ would be like, okay, you're the coordinator. Sounds good. All right, time for toasts. And then the DJ gets slammed by the photographer, the videographer who missed those toasts because they're not even in the room. And they don't blame the coordinator or Aunt Jane or whoever. They blame the DJ every single time. You really got to be careful. Another thing that you got to do is take their stress when they come. They got to do this. You got to do this now. The bride and groom, they want to do this now. That's the energy they're going to hit you with all the time. And it's up to you to say, okay, thank you very much. We'll do that in just a moment. And if they say, no, right now. If they say that, you say, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. I need a moment. I'll make this happen for you, I promise. But just remember that you're the quarterback. They're the coach. And in this situation, they're an assistant coach, right? They're just like a substitute coach. They don't know any better. They just want the best for their bride. So they're going to come up to you and they're going to be like, run this play. The bride said to run this play. The bride is the owner in this metaphor, right? The owner calls down and says, hey, I want this. So the assistant or substitute coach says, hey, quarterback, run this play. But remember, if you screw up this play and you go and throw an interception, who is SportsCenter blaming? The assistant coach, the substitute, the owner? No, they're blaming you, the quarterback. You're the one that puts it into play. The DJ is the one that puts it into the play. The coordinator is the one that tells them what they want to put into play. But it's up to you to read the defense. And if I'm not saying don't listen to the coordinator, I'm just saying make sure that you are ready with the right mindset before you perform anything. Before you crack that mic and turn it on, you can't take their stress and wear it because they don't know what they're doing, right? You got to remember, you're the professional. So I really think it helps to just let the couple know, hey, we're really glad Aunt Jane can come and help us, but just make sure that she defers to the DJ and the vendors, the other vendors, instead of telling them what to do and constantly being wrong. That's usually what ends up happening, and it just makes for a really frustrating night for everyone. And by the end of it, you have to fight so hard to get the bride what she wants without having Aunt Jane screw it up because she doesn't know any better and how all the pieces work together in a very intricate system like a wedding with multiple vendors and things like that. So just remember, you're in charge, not the substitute teacher, okay? Second thing that you can get taken advantage of, and this is crazy, but this happens to me all the time. All the time. I get an email and I want you to really be nervous. If you ever see an email come in and it's a booking that just happened way too easy, there's a reason. I'm not saying simple bookings don't happen. It happens every now and then where somebody will send me an email. Hey, I saw your stuff. You look great. Are you free on this date? I'd love to book you. Hey, yes, I'm free. I'd love to work with you. Awesome. Send the contract over. Where do I send the deposit? Here you go. Money sent, booked. Like that happens, but it's not super common. What typically doesn't happen is the following. What never happens is the following, unless it's this scam, which has happened to me at least 5 times, a couple times this year already. I'll get an email and it seems very simple. Hey, yeah, we'd love to work with you. Are you free for this day? Yeah, I'm free. Okay, awesome. Can you send over a contract? Yeah, sure, here you go. Okay, great. But I always had this thing go off in my head. It was like, that was kind of easy. They didn't even want to talk to me on the phone. All right, let's make sure this is real. And lo and behold, what ends up coming next is the following. And if you get this huge red flag, do not move forward with this person because it happens. They'll say, okay, great, got your contract, thank you so much. I see your deposit is for $1,000. Let's just say I'm using easy numbers, $1,000 deposit for a $2,000 booking. I'm going to send you a check. This is what they're going to write in an email. We're going to send you, I'm going to send a check in the mail. It's going to have a little bit extra. It's going to be for about $4,500. My boss is helping me pay for the vendors. So they're sending me this $4,500 check. I'm just going to give you all the money, so go ahead and take it. And then if you can, I want you to send the rest to the videographer, okay? Because my boss is helping me pay for the DJ and the videographer, or they'll say the DJ and the photographer. So go ahead and take your $1,000 out of it, and then send the rest of the $3,500 over to the photographer. I'll shoot you their address. Sound good? What? First of all, you should be like, excuse me? That's not happening. But I'm telling you right now, what is happening is somebody's trying to get you to go cash that check. And believe me, I called the bank and asked, and I really did some research to find out. If you cash that check, there is a 100% chance that they have the ability to now phish your account. They get your info just from you cashing that check. So if somebody ever sends you a deposit for more than what you asked for in the contract and tells you that you're to send the surplus, the remaining money, to a different vendor, boom, tell them you're out and you're sending them to the police. That's what I do. I'm sorry, I'm not, I no longer believe that this is a legitimate client, and I'll be sending this email to law enforcement, my local law enforcement. And I never hear from them again. The first time I had it happen to me, I kind of went back and forth. No, I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. Just send me the check and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, it's already in the mail. Don't worry. And lo and behold, a check for $4,500 showed up. And, you know, if you didn't know any better, you just go and, yeah, all right, fine. I'll cash it. Take my grand. Where do you want me to send this $3,500? I don't care. Now they got you. Don't let it happen. You got to be careful. And it sucks because it's like you're out here trying to make your own, you know, business. You're trying to be self-employed. You're getting screwed by the government, paying an extra 15.3% on taxes than everybody else who works a 9 to 5. I don't need scammers coming after me too, dude. Like, I gotta pay fees for travel, for parking, for breathing air these days. Inflation's everywhere. So like, could we not get scammed too? You're coming after me, little tiny little one-person, self-employed, one-man business? Get out of here. Oh, I have no patience for that. So please just be careful. And I really wanted to put that out today so that nobody gets screwed by these jerks. DJing is fun. Running your own business is super fun. But there's a lot of stuff that can come up that if you're not savvy, if you haven't done it before, you can really get taken advantage of. So I just hope this video helps. And if it does, hey, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, because I got nothing but love for you and I want to keep putting out more on this channel. I'm glad to see everybody's joining, and it's just been super fun. I appreciate you all. Good luck out there. Stay safe. Don't get scammed. You got this.